Back to another Blacktastic episode of the People Before Politics show, Sunday Rundown, powered by Black Westchester Magazine. I'm your host, Damon K. Jones, joined by my brother, A.J. Woodson, and bringing that fresh perspective, Larnaz Kinsey. Every Sunday, we pull back the curtain on the issues shaping our families, our cities, and our future, from health and safety to policy and power. It's because our mission is simple. Put the people first, not the politics. It's going to be Blacktastic. Are you ready to put your brand in front of the people who matter? Black Westchester Magazine is your platform. With over 90,000 monthly website readers and more than 250,000 YouTube viewers every month, we give your business unmatched exposure. From email blasts straight to our subscribers, to video commercials, website promotions, and targeted campaigns, we've got the tools to help you connect, engage, and grow. Whether you're a local business, a national brand, a rising entrepreneur, or just promoting an upcoming event, Black Westchester is where culture, community, and commerce meet. Contact us today or scan the QR code and start building with us. Don't just advertise, be part of the movement, be part of Black Westchester, be Blacktastic. Black America first. Yeah, Black America first. Fix the house, fix the fam, let the blessings burst. Own the land, own the plan, put the people to work, no more mule moves. Got a sweet tooth? Come to Cupcake Cutie Boutique in Mount Vernon, where every day is a reason to celebrate. Fresh homemade cupcakes baked with love. Stop by 8 South 6th Avenue and taste the cuteness today. Gangbangers breaks down how the two-party system operates like a legalized street war for power. Emotional politics, logical failure exposes how emotion has replaced strategy in Black political engagement. Tolerance is for cowards lays out a blueprint for extended policing and community-led public safety rooted in outcomes rather than slogans. 3 signed books, one bundle $60. That's a $75 value, and you're getting signed copies included. This isn't left versus right, it's results versus rhetoric. Go to twosteppublishing.com and secure your signed political thought bundle today. It's going to be Blacktastic. Its own economy, under segregation, under discrimination, and under conditions most people today cannot imagine. We built businesses, we built banks, we bought land and property. In the Forgotten Blueprint, Damon K. Jones reveals how Black communities created thriving economic systems from 1800 to 1965, and why that blueprint still matters today. This book challenges the idea that our future depends on politics alone and shows how ownership, family, and enterprise once powered Black prosperity. The blueprint is not lost. We just stopped using it. The Forgotten Blueprint, how Black America built its own economy from 1800 to 1965. On sale now at Two-Step Publishing and Amazon. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and share it with others who need to hear the truth. And for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes access, join the Black Westchester Magazine YouTube membership club today. Your support helps us keep independent Black media strong. Support independent Black media with style. Rock Black Westchester merch and represent the news with the Black point of view. Every purchase helps us speak truth to power. Thank you to everyone who supported us through Super Chat. Your contributions keep independent media alive and thriving. We couldn't do it without you. For over a decade, Black Westchester Magazine has been giving our community a voice, reporting the stories others ignore, holding power accountable, and making sure the truth about our communities is told by us. But independent Black media only survives when the community supports it. If you believe in real journalism, community accountability, and keeping Black voices strong in local news, we need your help. Your donation helps us continue covering the stories that matter: politics, education, justice, and economic empowerment right here in Westchester. Support Black media, support Black truth, support Black Westchester Magazine. Donate today and help keep Black media alive. Because Black-owned independent media is...
Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings. I'm Damon K. Jones here, and welcome to the Sunday Rundown. Black Westchester Magazine, blackwestchester.com. And I am the publisher of Black Westchester, Damon K. Jones. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are new to the show, please like, please follow, please, please support. I mean, listen, we're not like other podcasts. We are an actual newspaper. We are an actual newspaper. See, I done rushed this thing up and I left the tag on the joint. That's how you know it's fresh and new. But yeah, like I was saying, we are an actual newspaper. We take real value in everything that we do. We're just not. Yes, good evening, good evening, good evening. And I apologize in being tardy. They must have upgraded the system on StreamYard because we got even new icons, man. Look, that's all pretty with the Facebook stuff. So we got some new icons going on. But Larnez, AJ is at one of the games, basketball, baseball. I don't know. I don't follow. I don't do sports. So I can't tell you. I know there's a game. Maybe it's a Knicks game. Maybe it's a Yankees game. I really cannot tell you. That's not my thing. But Larnez is on her way. She had a networking event she was hosting today, and she will definitely be here. And at 7 p.m. we're gonna have our guest will be Booker Geese, the hidden crisis in the juvenile justice system. He wrote a book on it, and he's going to be here. He's going to be here at 7 p.m. to discuss his book and his experience. And tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to bring back Meetness Mondays. Bring it back, Meetness Mondays tomorrow at 11 a.m. We're trying to make health and wellness the new black. Please tune in tomorrow or check it out. This new system I really don't like because it doesn't go back to the way the screen's supposed to be. I'm gonna have a problem with that. But anyway, in the evening, we're gonna be talking about real estate on the publisher's desk. We're gonna be having discussions about real estate and how it's getting so hard, for people, no matter what color you are in New York, to buy a home. The average home is around $600,000 and up. And we're gonna have my sister Erica King. She's gonna be on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. to discuss the importance of home ownership, how home ownership has remained the foundation of generational wealth. We really have to begin to have that discussion, brothers and sisters. Some people are out here paying $4,000-$5,000 a month rent. That is a mortgage. That is a mortgage. And if you really believe in generational wealth, we all have to sacrifice. But to pay $4,000 a month rent and not own a home, not be in a home that you own, we have to change our mindset. Yeah, you might have to go a little north. But if you have children, real estate is generational wealth. I'm going to tell you that. Real estate is generational wealth. And as I told my wife, we got all these businesses and everything. And I told my wife, yeah, $5,000 of rent is robbery, but hey, there's people paying that. Especially in New York City. Especially in New York City. there's people paying that. But I told my wife, with all the businesses we have, I said the house that we own is guaranteed money in the bank, and that grows. So buy yourself a house, even if it's a little starter home. Then let equity grow in that. But we're going to have that discussion tomorrow. Please, people, please tune in tomorrow. It's a great show. And she's the president of the Westchester National Real Estate Brokers. And please check that out. And she gives her information, people that are thinking about buying a home. And let me tell you, there's ways to get the down payment. She talks about that. Yeah, you have a mansion, absolutely. But a lot of times, people get upset. I'm really, this new system's really making me mad right now. Can't keep my lower third. It is a lot of people don't want to do the drive. I did the drive for a brand new house. Like, look, they were asking I'm talking 8 years ago, they were asking around $600,000 for used homes that people lived in. I came up to Orange County and got a brand new house built from the ground up. I still got pictures of the lot and when they start digging the basement and the whole process of building my house, and I paid under $350,000 for it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, we have to learn those priority decisions, brothers and sisters, those priority decisions. And also you could check on Black Westchester, YouTube.com. I discuss Roland Martin's anti-Black narrative is basically gatekeeping. You could check that out. Roland Martin wants to go and call people anti-Black because they want better from the political party that they give 90% of their vote to. We have to be anti-Black. Anybody who criticizes the Democratic Party. And I wanted to address him on that. So check that show out. And I think my sister's coming in. She's yep. Oh, I removed both of us. There you go. What's happening, sis? What's going on? You there? Uh-oh.
I'm a little tardy.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, well, it's all right. I'm tardy too. And then the system, they must have did something new to the system, and all my panels were gone, unless AJ was in here messing around. All my panels are gone. So I had to recreate new panels. And I'm waiting for my peach cobbler, man. Today is the first day I decided to make peach cobbler on my own. And I didn't wait for my wife to continue to forget to bring me peach cobbler from the bakery. Mm. So I said, my mother told me, never let a woman control your food.
While Mama she was cooking?
No, anytime. Because she told me that's the way they could get back at you. See, my mother old school when women used to actually cook in the kitchen. So when they revolt, what happens? Wisdom. The man come home, he ain't got no food.
Well, that's better than somebody putting something in your food.
Exactly. The man come home, he ain't got no food. My mother. So as I got older, me and my mother used to have conversations, and I was like, "You used to do what to dad? Like what? Like what?" Right? So she's like, "Don't do this. Oh, if you see this," I'm like, "What?" Like, yeah. So I cook on my own. My wife don't have to cook for me. She don't have to cook. She don't have to wash my clothes. Ladies that's like, they're like, what? That she ain't got to do none of that. My mama taught me to do all that by myself.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me to do all that by myself, even cook by myself. You know, so it's just genuine love. You ain't got to do all that for me, babe. I got that. I'd rather do it by myself anyway. Because my wife did one thing. One thing. Now we all in law enforcement, right? Most of the law enforcement got the same jacket, right? You get the same jacket. It's just different decals, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you watch? So she's like, oh, no, this is the way. Let me watch your work jacket, baby. Okay, yeah. She forgot to take the badge off the goddamn jacket.
That
Now,
was a small miss up. That was a small one.
my badge looked like I got shot. Like I got shot. I had the badge for over 20 years. Ain't nothing happened to it. My badge is good. 20 years. First gig with my wife. First year married. And now my badge, I got it in a case. It looked like I was in a shootout. Literally, there's a bend in the metal. Looked like a bullet struck it. From her putting it in the dryer. I don't know what happened. But like women do.
She said after 20 years, you needed some wear and tear. After 20 years, you needed some wear and tear.
Don't be messing up my badge. What are you talking about? That's my badge, man. and thank God, and thank God that police transferred over to the material badge, right? Instead of really wearing a badge. Because I would have to turn that in. I would literally have to turn my badge in. So I go from a 3 number to a number with six numbers in it? Absolutely not. Everybody think I'm absolutely not. I kept that badge in my drawer till I retired. Then when I brought it, it was like, yo, DK, what? I was like, hey, man, hey, it's my wife did it, you know. But then they let me keep the badge. Put it in a case and stuff like that. So it looked like I could tell my great-grandchildren, Pop was in a shootout.
Right.
Gang bangers.
Look at that badge. Look at that badge.
Exactly. They were like, wow, look at the bullet. It looked just like a bullet went through the badge. I was like, what was in the dryer that did that? Like, it was amazing. But, you know.
So then they can go to Montika and say, Grandma, you know, Pop was in these streets.
Hey, my brother, I don't cook. I don't eat meat, so ain't no neck bones on my stove. Trust me on that. Ain't no neck bones on my stove, brother. I don't eat meat, and neck bones is slave food. I do not eat slave food. Neck bones is slave food. I'm far beyond that. My mentality is beyond eating slave food. And matter of fact, next Monday I'm doing a whole video on soul food, slave food. What is the difference?
Please shoot me a text for that one because I need to be in that room.
So soul food, slave food. What is the difference? You know, and we gotta learn that too when it comes to the food that we eat. But I did make me some peach cobbler because I like peach cobbler. And once in a while, throughout the week, I want something a little sweet to just nibble on. And I just got tired of begging my wife to bring me peach cobbler from the shop. You know, so I said, you know what, let me get on YouTube University and figure out how to do this thing the right way. And it's cooking right now. So check out, anybody follow me on Instagram, Facebook. It will be on there how it look, even if it look nasty.
Well, I don't know what's going on with this internet because you must be talking some high frequency because you in the matrix.
What? You can't see me?
I can see you now, but it was.
Oh, really?
I
don't know, man. I got a new thing, company. I should have just stayed with the old one. So I don't know. We got to figure it out. There's another thing. But you can see me now?
Yes, I can see you now. You're not frozen.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I tried a few things too to try to get it right, and I apologize, people. If I freeze up. But thank you. But I want to start off because we got 30 minutes. Oh, now you frozen. Now you froze. Oh, now you back. Oh man, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you said.
I said, well, we got like 20 some odd minutes left, right? Until our guests come on, right? But I want to address, I already did a video on this, but I want to address it on the show because I think this is where young people are heading. And my man just sent me the young guy's his ex account, and he posted Al Sharpton's response to what the young brother said. So we're gonna play what the young brother said, and then we're going to let me see. Do I have the thing here, man?
I see it there.
Yeah. I want to make sure I got the right.
Yeah, because I want to see what the response is.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the young man. That's Sharpton.
Briefly, what's on your mind?
Hey, yo, as I look around this room, if you're 35 years old or younger, raise your hand. 4 people. So here's the thing. Y'all in trouble. Yesterday, you had Al Green up here talking about we need a Secretary of Reconciliation, and then that's going to include what he said was reparations, which, by the way, wasn't reparations. Reparations is more than a check, but the very first thing it is a check. And come this year during the midterms and in 2028, if you don't have our check, you won't get no vote. No check, no vote. Yeah, I know that ain't what you want to hear, but that's what's happening. All of y'all in here, with all due respect, you're beautiful, but you're old. You're not talking to the youth. You don't know how to talk to the youth. You're trying to tell us what to do. We're not having it no more. So if you want our vote, you got to come with our paper. We're not scared of Trump. We're not scared of anybody. Biden is a racist. Trump is a racist. Kamala is a racist. And if you don't have our money, you don't get our vote. Yeah, not. Who are you? Oh, all right, yeah, so like I was saying, I'm going to land my plane right there, but the Democrats are no better than the Republicans. No check, no vote. Y'all take care. And somebody get my man a tissue. He need a tissue.
All right, now, this brother here, he's part of Foundation of Black America. I don't have no problem with them brothers. I really don't have any problem with the Foundation of Black Americans, that organization, or that's who they identify with. You know, I say American first, Black America first. While Bellisi gave him an ultimatum. Absolutely. Because see, Minister Farrakhan, what did Malcolm say? It's either this or that. Nobody trusts Mr. In Between. You're either this or that, right? So young people, and this is important for people to understand, and I don't think these elite Negroes, black people, I don't think black people that were there actually get it, that young people, average people, not the connected black folks, they're looking at a future where there's no jobs. We gotta really pay attention to what's going on here. They're looking at black communities that have no economic development. But some of these Negroes at National Action Network, hold on, let me put my face up clearer. Some of these Negroes at National Action Network ride through the black community, the broken black community, with Mercedes Benzes and all this stuff because they're connected to the establishment. I know for a fact, because I could have been one of those Negroes, but I chose to be genuine and follow God instead of selling my soul. And I said it on this show a long time ago. I could have sold black people out a long time ago, and I would have been one of them Negroes on the panel. But I didn't want to do that. Black people are more important to me than to do that nonsense. And if you don't believe me, just listen. Just read Carter G. Woodson's book, The Miseducation of the Negro. He wrote it 100 years ago. And let me tell you, everything he said 100 years ago fit what's going on with these Negroes today. You invite all these people, and there's no black agenda. I watched the Nan thing. That was some Democratic Party bullshit. The Urban League did it too in the report of Black America. It had nothing to do with the conditions of Black America. It looked like a Democratic Party just booklet. We're selling our soul. NAACP, I know you part of it. Oh, no, you're not anymore. Well, anyway.
I'm still a member, sir. I'm still a member.
I know you're a part of it. I got love for a lot of people in Westchester that's part of the NAACP, but that Negro that's ahead of the NAACP ain't no better.
Well, that was one of the reasons why I stepped down. I sat in an economic development national Zoom call and listened to the narratives and heard a person who was supposed to run the national call tell somebody, yeah, I wouldn't advise anybody in this financial climate to open a business.
Exactly.
That I was
Exactly.
And you, the person that is leading the charge. Okay.
Right. And then I was talking to another lady from New York City, and they said the same thing about real estate. Now, listen, John Hope Bryan is cool. I have nothing against him, but we can't just sit at building wealth, because once we build wealth, as Dr. Claude Anderson said, we got to start buying our politicians, and we can't buy them, re-rent them. See, that's the problem. The politicians are buying the civil rights organizations. When it should be the other way around. Mm-hmm. And I challenge anybody that's listening, anybody, whether you agree with me or not, go on the New York State Board of Elections and you could pull up any elected official and you could see who's giving them money. Mm-hmm. And you can't come close to the money that these people that don't care about you, don't care about the black community, don't care about the brown community. These developers are buying your mayors, they're buying your city council people, and they're doing whatever they want to do with your real estate. When the city, it's just like Mount Vernon, how do you have all these homes on foreclosures, but you don't let your city employees be a part of the auction? Mm-hmm. How do you do that? Look like you just in time. Absolutely.
Yes, Keisha, right on time.
Yes. Yeah, we have to pool. We have to pool our resources. That's what I've been saying for years. We got to start raising money. And running people that work for us, because if we don't do it, it's over. Listen, I've been in the rooms. I represented the Independence Party when Dr. Giulio Cavallo was labeled the most powerfulest man in Westchester County. Then the Democrats and Republicans decide to infiltrate the Independence Party to try to vote him out. The Democrats and the Republicans did it because he was the swing vote. And he supported, in some towns he supported Republicans, in some towns he supported Democrats. And that's the way the wind blows. But that's power. We don't do that. We stick to one party. See, I know that theory work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now there's only one party, especially in Westchester. I tell people all the time, when you go to these rich people's houses, because I've been there, the wife is a Democrat, the husband is a Republican. Or the husband's a Democrat and the wife is a Republican. And they throw fundraisers for both candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who wins, they win. Why don't black people think like that? We want to destroy somebody.
That's why we need to start leaning into our ecosystem.
Well,
you heard what I said? The Matrix is messing with us. So I said that's why we need to start really discovering who's in our ecosystem and start building what we're doing outside together. Right? Because if you continuously look for resources, monetary resources, right? In this climate, it seems like we always go into them.
Right.
But skills, we have a lot of skills. We can lean in, collaborate, and then go for the resources.
Right.
And me and 5 other people with you.
We have to. Oh, let me get to Al Sharpton before our guests get here.
So I'm glad that people are here. Let me say, in terms of our report for the year, and then we're going to go on with the program. Our young people are rehearsing, getting ready for this afternoon is our youth day. I heard somebody talk about young people that tell them to just stay around. They're going to see 2 people, afternoon, all of the youth in there. And I don't know, but you get provocateurs, because anybody that is talking to somebody younger than them holding the mic, then you know that they paid agents. And if you're in the room, if you don't like me saying that, I'll say it again. Because you cannot get reparations without putting people in office that's going to pay them. So talk that ignorance somewhere else. No, people talking about we have been for all of our existence fighting for reparations, made every candidate pledge to it. You cannot get reparations unless you elect folk that's going to pay it. Who you going to pay yourself? So you can't, at one hand, say, don't vote for everybody, they racist, but I want reparations. Who going to pay you? So either you paid or you stupid or both. I mean, I don't see nobody standing up. I didn't see whoever it was, but yeah, okay. I was at college and the guy stood up talking about, I don't believe in all that nonviolent stuff. Y'all need to get out the way and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. And all you punks, I said, hold it with the punk stuff. I said, because you got one punk out. You go to second punk, you're going to get the best nonviolent whipping you ever got in your life. Because I'm not scared of the folk we fight, I ain't scared of the folk we.
All right, I'll let you go.
So my question
I'll let you
Not,
go.
so not criticize the person, right? Not criticize the language that he's using, right? How about pouring in to uplift the youth that don't know the system, that these people that have been playing the system
You
hardening.
froze.
It's very
Yeah.
disheartening that Al Sharpton, in his age in 2026, still felt that he
You froze.
and belittle from his heart. Speaking, am I freezing again? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you froze. You doing the same thing you said I did.
Let me sum it up. We need to actually go out here and educate the youth on the processes and systems that we need to infiltrate properly. There's different players, old players that been in the game for a long time, and Al Sharpton is one of them, right? But Al Sharpton is just a person who makes things aware. He brings attention to things, right? And then there's another person that is supposed to take over and do the next steps. We don't have none of those systems in play. We say, okay, we gonna call Al Sharpton. All right, we know we're gonna have the news here. We know we're gonna have all these eyes. And then it's nothing else. It's nothing else, right?
Mhm.
So instead of degrading a person or even belittling a person who's standing up in front of a crowd of people, right? Regardless if you coming for me or not, I'm grabbing this mic, holding this mic so I can say
Exactly.
what I need to say, right?
Exactly.
And there's only 4 people that are here close in my age. You're
Right.
not seeing things from my lens. You're not seeing
Exactly.
things from my perspective. So I'm really sad that he approached it like that, because that could have been a
It's-
beautiful open invitation to talk to people that's closest to the solutions or closest to the challenges and the solutions, right? But they don't know the system. That's where the breakdown is. That's where they separate us.
Let me tell you. Okay.
Am I
Yeah.
freezing again?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I love Al Sharpton. I know him personally. What he just said there is part of ego, and basically he did the same thing Roland Martin is trying to do. You know, these civil rights organizations, they have a problem with young black people, mostly black men, I see, gravitating towards foundational Black America. Now that's just a state, that's just a name, that was made up by somebody. Some people credited Tariq Nasheed for saying that. There's no straight organization for foundational Black Americas. It's almost like the pushback to Black Lives Matter. There's no real organization, but a lot of people claim it. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, young people are gravitating towards that because they see no change in their communities. They see the political Black politicians fight for other people more, like this whole migrant thing, than fighting for the conditions of the Black communities. And instead of going to the Republican Party like Chicago Flips Red, right? That organization of Black Chicagoans saying we're supporting Republicans, whether we agree with it or not. That's their condition in their city. That's how they want to watch it. If you in New York and you criticizing Chicago Flips Red, you just need to shut the fuck up because you don't live there. You're not going through what they're going through. So why are you going to hate? And let me tell you, I'm trying to get them on the show because I want to know. Because they came out against Jamal Bowman for hosting a fundraiser for Mayor Brandon. How do you host a fundraiser for a man with all the homicides that's going on in his city? Jamal, what is wrong with you? But see, that's where we are with these with black politics. Now, moving to Al Sharpton, he said every elected official supports reparations that they support. Brother, for a pastor, you should not tell that lie. Come on, man. Come on, Al. Then that was the case where H.R. 40, John Conyers, Congressman John Conyers created H.R. 40 on a federal level just to study reparations. That was written when Bill Clinton was president. Ain't passed yet, Al. H.R. 40 hasn't passed yet. It's been on the books for 40 years. At least I know for Bill Clinton, and probably even before Bill Clinton, just to study reparations. Why haven't National and Action Network spoken out in support of H.R. 40 and made Obama? We had a black president, allegedly, for 8 years. There was no executive order on reparations, and they didn't pass H.R. 40 in 8 years. Where was the National Action Network? Matter of fact, if you go to the National Action Network website, there's nothing on it about reparations. If you go to the Congressional Black Caucus website, there's nothing on it about reparations. If you go to the Black Mayors Association of America, there's nothing on their website about reparations. So when Al, if you say you've been supporting reparations all that time, why haven't we got the bill passed? You supported Zoran Mandami, and the first thing that Negro did is said America was built by immigrants, not by the hands of slaves that are buried under Wall Street. Got some goddamn nerve. And you kept around with him. Uh-oh. I got to end this. I'll be right back. My peace cobbler ready. Right.
Well, he gonna go and check on a peach cobbler so we can see what it looks like. But honestly, I think it's true. I think it's sad. I really think that we need to come together and talk about the Black agenda, what we need to push forward as a collective, not just you a Republican, you a Democrat, you an independent. What do the Black people need? What do we need? See. Also, is there a mechanism for reparations in terms of making sure the right people benefit from them? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Maybe Damon knows this answer. Don't get the blood pressure up. All right, Bob. We're not trying to get your pressure up. It's time to segregate. Well, coming up, we have a great guest coming on. Thank you, Damon. I see you coming back in. I hope you didn't burn the peach cobbler.
Nah. I'm good. I had to look nice, look good too. Look good. Let's see how it tastes after this show. I don't know what y'all talking about. Have me a little peach cobbler, please.
So hold on. Somebody asked the question. Also, is there a mechanism for reparations in terms of making sure the right people benefit from them?
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of people, a lot of people have discussed, different ways, but we haven't even got it into law. The only law was in Maryland. Oh, let's just go to Maryland. The Maryland governor, Wes Moore, another black man who came to the National Action Network, he vetoed a bill on reparations. Thank God that the Maryland legislator overrid his veto. That was the study reparations and issue apology for the state of Maryland's role in slavery. And Wes Moore vetoed it. Said, we're beyond reparations. Oh, no, we're not. Even Martin Luther King talked about reparations when he talked about the check that America owed the Negro. He was talking about reparations. And even some of our conservative black Negroes are under the impression that reparations was bad, but it was the black Republicans that fought for reparations. They fought for freed slaves to receive pensions, just like the Civil War veterans received pensions. Black people. So, like, do we erase our history? Do we erase our black history because the first black elected officials were Republicans? Oh, you got a fan there, because I know he ain't talking about me being a cutie pie. Oh, like cutie pie. You got me talking.
So I was just looking up while you were talking reparations, right? Because I know some people got reparations for losing their slaves, and I thought it was in the United States, but it seems like it's in UK. So the last payment for the slaves, the slave owners, right, who lost their slaves, 2015, the last payment went out.
Yeah, right. But when we talk about reparations for the 400 years of slavery, you got some people saying, well, you're making people today. No, we're making the government pay. There were laws and legislations. They had to pass the 14th Amendment to make us citizens. And now we're seeing that in the Supreme Court right now, where whether you like it or not, Trump was right. The 14th Amendment wasn't for immigrants. It was for the American slaves to make sure that they were citizens, because we were not citizens, ladies and gentlemen. When we were slaves, we wasn't even humans. We were cattle. We were property. The 14th, and then the Dred Scott case, when that ruled against Dred Scott, Congress passed the 14th Amendment to correct that ruling. It wasn't about migrants letting everybody here have a baby. It was about us. See, but we don't have elected officials that's going to represent those type of issues. We don't have elected officials or organizations that's going to push for reparations. My brother's here now, but there's a video, everybody, where Kamala Harris said she wasn't going to fight for things for black people. What are we voting for her for? What are we voting for her for? White people don't have to say that, because they know. You going in there, I'm giving you all this money. That's why we're over there in Iran right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because AIPAC and all those lobbyists that backed for Israel and gave Trump $100 million, he was supposed to go to that war. And let me tell you something. If you think that Kamala Harris or Hillary Clinton, we wouldn't have been there, you telling yourself a lie. We would have still been over. Definitely we had Hillary. She would have definitely bombed them because she was a war hawk. She was responsible for all the killings and bombings on the Barack Obama when she was the state secretary.
Mm.
And what they did to our brother Gaddafi. When only anything he wanted to come over here and help black folks. All right. We got a guest.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to bring him in. Hold on a second. Yep. Hold on. Wait a minute. Trying to.
Can he rename himself, or we have to do that?
No, he did it. No, why?
Because that's not his name.
What do you mean? He the one put it in there.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you. That's not your names. I'm letting you know so you can fix it. This a live show, so fix your name.
You're telling that man that's not his name. That's what he put in there.
That's not his author name.
Oh, well, yeah, oh, okay. See, now you want to get technical. No. How you doing, beloved?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Larnez, take the floor.
This thing keep freezing. I don't know what y'all said.
Take the floor, Larnez. Take the floor.
Okay. All right. So we have the wonderful Booker G's on the show with us. He has an amazing re-release of his story. When I bumped into him and I heard his journey, it touched me because I'm in the corrections. I deal with kids. I'm gonna let him speak. I'm gonna let you speak because I have some questions for you that to peel back the layers. So just tell us about your project. Tell us about the book. Tell us how it came about, and share a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I created the book 10 years ago. So in 2016, I wrote the book the first time. And that was after me spending 10 years as a juvenile counselor for the Department of Juvenile Justice in the Bronx, the Horizon Juvenile Detention Center. And what happened was that I did a few book signings, I did a few speaking engagements, but it didn't feel like I was getting the support from the publisher and in a lot of ways from the city itself, because initially when I wrote the book, I was interviewed by the Wall Street Journal, I was interviewed by the Daily News, the Post, but they couldn't go through with those they couldn't publish the article. And it was almost to the point that I got to do everything outside of the photo shoot, and then they just canceled everything. So they probably got a call from somewhere else.
Right.
Couldn't happen. I'm one guy going up against the system. So it wasn't going to work that way. So what was happening was I ran into another publisher who felt like the book just had legs and felt like this book is just incredible. And there's just so many issues going on in the system that haven't changed in 10 years. And they just felt like we can re-release it. So that's what I did. I re-released the book. And it's an incredible read. I mean, just to tell you a little bit about my background, I'm a graduate of Delaware State University, and I majored in fashion merchandising. So my initial goal was to become a fashion designer, and that's what I started doing. And I started working, independently, doing the underground shows and everything. And then I got an opportunity to work for a clothing company called Rego Sport in California. So they flew me out there, and I worked out there to put together a collection for them back in, I believe it was like 97, 98. And what happened was we were actually, it's kind of a crazy story because their original designer was called Kanai. So it was like he was just doing a BS line for a company, but they weren't moving. So they wanted a real designer to pick it up. And that's when they chose me. So I went out there, flew out to California, flew out to China, put together the collection, flew out to Taiwan, put together the collection. And then when I came back, things changed. And I guess he had a little more power to kind of get them to focus on his stuff. And they didn't feature any of my stuff for the magic show in Vegas. So it didn't happen. You know what I mean? And at the time, you know, my girlfriend, who I eventually married, you know, we had a son, and then I had a daughter, and I was raising 2 children. And so me and my wife, we opened up a shop in Harlem, and things didn't work out with us, and I had to focus on raising my children. And that's when I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to put the design thing aside right now, and I'm gonna have to focus on raising these 2 young children because she was no longer in the picture. And then by doing that, I really had to find somewhere to work. So I had someone who was in contact with me, lived close to me, who worked for the juvenile justice system, and they told me I can get the job. And that's when the story started. And I started working there. And the book is incredible because being a fashion designer and being someone who's artistic, I found a way to make the book incredibly entertaining because you really get deep into the relationships that I share with the young men that are incarcerated, their struggle, and my struggle to try to uplift them, and what it took for me to empower them in an environment that was incredibly toxic. And this is, you know, backlash from the administration, difficulty just trying to deal with the different personalities of the staff I was working with. And it was just an incredible toxic environment to the point that as much as I would try to do the right thing, the only way to survive in that environment was to get dirty too. And I found myself almost feeling locked up as well. So I started to make decisions that weren't in the best interest of who I was as a person, but it was the only way to survive in that environment. And the sad part about it was I just felt like as much as I felt like I could help these young people, the environment wouldn't allow me. And it just kept them and kept their minds on being locked up and wanting to go to Rikers. And how many bodies have you had? You know, I speak about one situation where I go into a hall working for the first time, and they're like 7 kids, and they're all murderers, all young murderers under 16. And just being in that setting with kids who kind of moved like adults, who really didn't care about their life. It was crazy because these kids had blood on their hands and they didn't care. And there were some kids that I got close to, and I tried to change their whole mindset on life. You know, the fact that I was a father and I grew up in a single family household. It was just my brother and my mom. So my father passed away in an automobile accident when I was like 4. I knew what it felt like to be raised by just a woman. And most of them didn't have a father, and neither did I. But it wasn't until I became a father that I realized just how important fatherhood is. I would share that with these young men, and I would encourage them to do better in life and to make better choices. But, you know, it was just sad because it was just there was so much gang activity. You know, I'd be working on a hall with kids, and I'd feel like I've changed them and I fixed them. And there'd be one kid that was in the blood gang, and I'd take 2 days off, and he'd recruit like 5 kids.
Exactly.
So I have a question. I have a question.
Go ahead.
What do you, from your perspective, what do you feel is one of the biggest flaws within the juvenile justice system?
First of all, I don't even feel like it should exist at all. We don't need a juvenile justice system, okay? Because technically, it's just like a cash cow. They're just making money off of these kids making bad choices. You know, these people in these high positions that run these institutions, they're just getting paid. Okay. And it's not helping turn these kids into positive people in society, because all they do is they end up returning, because they'll end up getting a BS lawyer, okay, who's
Right.
representing them, and the lawyer really doesn't care. So they'll get them some probation deal where it's like, you know, if you end up missing school or something, you're going to get locked back up. So it's like they'll accept it because they just want to get out. But it's almost a setup. And I was asked many times by these kids, what should I do? And I didn't know what to tell them, because it wasn't my decision to make, but it was just so sad how the system was messed up. What I feel is that the alternatives to youth incarceration, okay? Ironically, the Legal Aid Society is working on getting like 3 laws to defend youth offenders, which should help make things better. And around the same time that I wrote the book, that was when the Raise the Age law came out. That was just right after, I think it was Jay-Z. He did the thing on Khalif Browder. He did the documentary on Khalif Browder. And when he did that, that shined a light on the entire system, where they changed it where you can't go to Rikers when you're 17.
Right.
So that kind of helped the situation, but it kind of really didn't, because the same problem still exists today. Because when you go inside those walls, you can't really talk about what goes on. Technically, only I did. You know what I mean? And in a lot of ways, it affected, you know, my ability to find employment, because the city in a lot of ways blackballed me. I couldn't really work for the city anymore because they felt like I was a whistleblower. So, which was cool. You know, I worked for nonprofit organizations, you know, and I made a lot of enemies, you know, writing the book. So in a lot of ways, my thing is that, you know, alternative, you know, there just has to be things like, I guess, community-based organizations need to be more involved. It kind of sucks sometimes that they took sports out of certain schools. You know, there's no art, you know, in a lot of schools. Music should be in schools, you know, just to keep kids busy. Because I know for myself, when I played football in high school, it was a way for me to establish discipline and goals, and it just was a good feeling, because you had like you know, you didn't need a gang. You almost had brothers within the people that you played ball with.
Absolutely.
And I just feel like more of those things need to be implemented in our community to just keep these kids from joining these gangs. That was the biggest problem in the building.
Wow. Yeah, man. You know, I commend you for writing the book. And I've been corrections for 33 years, Westchester County. I retired. But I understand the politics around that, right?
Yes.
I get it. And I also understand that I've seen it for myself, that they don't want to fix the problem.
No, they don't.
No, because it's too much of a cash cow, right? Everybody gets paid, you know. And I'm going to say around 2020, I'm going to say at least 2020. No, before 2020, 2000, 2005. That's when the medical industry got in it, because now they started labeling everybody with mental problems.
ADHD, no doubt.
Yeah.
ADHD, yep. I say that in the book too.
All the young kids is taking pills, right?
No doubt.
So it is a cash cow for people. And this is why I don't understand. You know, I do understand, but how do we push back when the people that we're looking for leadership is co-signing a lot of this stuff?
Yes.
You know, and I have a problem. I kept it 100. I kept it 100 at work. I'm like, yo, you got all these young black boys, but you don't have black men teaching them. You have white women. What is a white woman going to tell this young black boy about living in the projects in Mount Vernon.
Mhm.
Absolutely not. She never been there, right?
Right.
So they even kept out black men to come in and talk to the black boys and show them how a man it should be. I was a stepdad for 30 years to many, many, many people, to the point that I'd be in the street with my wife, and she's a detective, and a guy would come up to me, and I used to tell her, if no matter what age is he, if he calls me Mr. Jones, he was locked up. Right? So here's a grown man telling me his life story after he left the jail. Yo, I got a job. I went to school, Mr. Jones. And my wife was like, why is this grown man telling you all this? I said, because he was in my dorm.
Right.
I had to take care of him. I had to make sure he got medical attention, make sure if he had a problem, if he couldn't talk to his family, he couldn't make phone calls. I had to do all that.
Yes.
So yes, but we don't, but like we're in a position to help save, but the system don't want them saved, brother.
No, they don't. They don't. They want to keep them that way. And I was witness to this, and I think that what really helped me write the book was my ability to really just document in my head. And I had a pad with me, and it was just something that I used because, you know, as an artist, you kind of need something to do, you know what I mean? Just to keep you from going crazy. You know what I mean? So writing was, it was therapeutic for me, you know, just to be able to just focus on that. You know, I mean, everybody always say, oh yeah, I'm gonna write a book, I'm gonna write a book, I'm gonna write a book. It was me that did it, you know, and I was the one that made that happen. And I feel like once you pick up the book, you will not put it down. It's like Scared Straight soap opera. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on in there. You know what I mean? I mean, from staff, you know, giving out contraband, from staff having sex with kids. Okay? From you know, supervisors setting up kids. You know, oh, you want to talk tough getting out the van? All right, cool your blood. Set them to the crip hall. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that was happening. You know, and it was unfortunate because I'm saying to myself, these are children. What are we doing? We're black like them. What are we doing? They did not care. No, they did not care. And I'm gonna tell you something even deeper. I don't know if I'm gonna upset some people, but it seemed like in some ways, and I speak about it in the book, okay, a lot of my supervisors weren't from this country. Okay, they were either African, they were either from Panama or something, and I just didn't feel like they respected the African American man. It's almost like Jim Crow wasn't in their DNA. They didn't understand our struggle, and because of that, they didn't care about us. They didn't care about our kids because technically, in their country, you talk back, you'll get tied to a tree and probably whipped to death. You know what I mean? But you can't do that here, okay? And that was an issue as well. I mean, listen, I went deep. You know, I covered all bases. You know, the mother that really shouldn't have children. I talked about her. You know what I mean? Just a lot of stuff that goes on within our people and within the community that we have to take responsibility for too.
Exactly.
Right, that's what's going on.
The detention center is the final stage, but there's so many there's so many steps before that we fail as a community to even allow our children to go there, and we still not and we still not talking about that, you know. And Larnez, that goes back to the young man that was at Nan, right? Voicing his frustration to Al Sharpton and all them because they don't see a change in their community, right? They got to deal with going to, you know, because they can't get a job and then they do something stupid and then they end up in a juvenile detention center and they got to go through all this stuff. Like that's real. You know, Like, that's real. And we really don't have these honest conversations, even among elected officials, because y'all are in charge. Y'all could change the legislation. Y'all could change how these things run. You could literally put more Black people in there that come in and try to, Black psychiatrists. You got these white women psychiatrists. No, that doesn't work. Like, all this stuff that they're doing doesn't work. Dude, I've been attacked here in Westchester because I've spoken out about it. So I've said my mind. Why you got these white kids, and they come in, they look at Black kids like they test tube, like they're testers. They bring them in from Westchester County, and they're looking at them and take, it's crazy. I'm like, what is going on here?
Right.
So the system itself,
even worse than that is a lot of these people that are in that position, they don't even have children.
Exactly.
So I don't even know what that would feel like, because I'm a father of 3. So it's like the way I look at things as a parent is fathering always. Now, if I didn't have that, how would I look at these kids? You see what I'm saying? So you have these people in this position and they have no children. They don't care. They don't care. They don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I don't know what to do on that end when it comes to like hiring a psychiatrist or the psychologist or even some of the social workers. They don't care.
No, they don't. It's just about money.
Well, Damon, I don't think that it's not the jobs being developed in front of these youth, the kids. It's not that. It's the growth in their community and them not being a part of it. Right? The growth, because I know I do stuff in the community. My daughter, who is 12, comes around in community and does the work with me, right? People who are in different circumstances may not have the bandwidth, right, to be outside. And if my parents are not outside and my community is on the block just hanging on the corner, and I'm seeing buildings being built, I'm seeing all these new businesses coming up, and I'm seeing it. How can I communicate I want to be a part of that? Right? How can I get attention? Especially if in my home, the only attention I'm shown on how to get is negative attention. It's the tools that I have. It's the information that I have. It's the access to resources that I have. If we're not fixing that, if we're not coming together.
You froze.
Right?
You
Because
froze for a second.
Juvenile, am I frozen still? Can you hear me?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So the prison system, the juvenile detention centers, they're a product.
They are a product. They're a way of making money. I mean, even in the book, I speak about how much it would cost to house one of these kids by day. It was like $406. You know how it is now? 10 years later, it's between $1,300 to $1,500 a day for one of these kids to be locked up. When are we going to stop investing in that and start investing in education? You know what I'm saying? That's where it is. But we fail to do that. We just produce criminals instead of producing people that graduate from college. It's a big problem. I'm telling you.
I tried to propose here in Westchester that when young men, instead of going to the county jail, at that time they were going to the county jail, make them go to community college. It costs the same. Right? And then if they don't go and get their associate's degree, then you lock them up. But don't if this is their first offense, they ain't killed nobody, they stole some stuff, they ain't beat nobody in the head, they just did something stupid, right? The judge sends them to the Westchester Community College. It costs the same. Or probably less. It probably costs less to send them to college.
It's got to cost less. It's got to cost less.
Right? But at the end of the day, it's basically the same cause. So all right, I'm going to sentence you to 2 years at Westchester Community College.
That'd be awesome.
You go, you sign up, you come back before the judge. You make sure you got all your paperwork, you got your books. Okay. If you violate, then you're going to jail.
There you go.
So now he actually literally comes out with something that he could use for his future.
Absolutely.
Right? But guess what? That was too radical for them. Oh my God, how are we going to do it? What do you mean, how you going to do that? Y'all are the legislators. Create the laws. Create the laws.
Yep.
Exactly.
Create the laws. I also tried to get the state to these private companies that make millions of dollars of black boys and girls being locked up because they got contracts, right? Have them give 10% of their money to community programs to keep young people out of jail.
There you go.
But guess what? It scared all the politicians.
That's crazy.
It scared all the politicians, bro. It's crazy. They don't want to fix it.
They really don't. They really don't.
They don't want to fix it.
Yeah, they're making too much money, and at the time,
they don't live in our communities though
at all.
So why would they want to fix something in our communities and they don't live there?
And they're making money off of it anyway. So
exactly. Now if you could get all these companies to donate 10%, you know how much we wouldn't be talking about taxing the rich. Because we'll have the money right here and there to do what we need to do to keep young people out of jail.
Yep.
But
I totally agree.
They don't want to do that, man. Like I've been through the ringer, and I just like y'all don't want to fix it.
No. And to be honest with you, I was in the process of writing a second book, something totally not relating to the first, because in a lot of ways, I'm not going to say that I lost the fight, but it just seemed like it wasn't getting done. It wasn't anything I can do about it. But then I hooked up with a publisher who said, I got your back. We're going to do this. We're going to put it out. We're going to move it. We're going to do the social media thing. We're going to get it out because the message is huge. There's nobody that has had this experience. I mean, no, people have had this experience. Nobody has written about this experience the way I have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so much so that I'm actually in talks with people to make this a drama series, the way it's set up.
Exactly. Good.
It's that big. And that's the initial goal. And God willing to get it out to that level, it would just expose everything. You know what I mean? Because I'll be on the campaign trail to start shutting these places down. All over the place. I don't care. I'm down with it. Because these are our children. I mean, my son is 16, and I know the struggles that he has just trying to avoid the temptation of doing something stupid with one of his friends, So that's my battle now. My oldest son, he's a math teacher. He's graduated. He's got his master's degree. And my daughter, she graduated from Temple. So they're good. You know what I mean? It's this one that I'm worried about. Because he's the one in the street, he's the one around these knuckleheads, he's the one listening to drill music. That's my problem now. Working on him. But because it's all over the place, I can't keep him in the house. I can't keep him away from it. It's just everywhere. And I even speak to that to a degree too in the book, just how influential hip hop has been in a negative way to what has been going on, because it makes money, but everything that glitters isn't gold. You know what I'm saying? And we grew up at a time when everything and this is even deeper, and you're gonna love this. Okay, so the book is 22 chapters. Each chapter I start off with a verse from an old school rapper.
Look, where AJ at? He at the game. He ain't even here for that. He ain't even here for this.
Listen. First chapter. Check this out. I might be old enough to be a dad, but I'll beat you when I'm mad. Call ACS, tell them hold this. I don't control this. I don't claim to. I'm not the nigga that puts his name to anything. Sadat X, turn it up. First chapter. So I'm coming at everybody with it. Let's go. You know what I mean? So, Public Enemy, KRS-One, Tribe, Jungle Brothers, all of them are in this. Because they represented a time in my life when the music had a positive spin on life and had something to do with community involvement, had something to do with love of self. And I wanted to implement that in the book to show these kids that this is what it's about. You know what I mean? It ain't about the yachts and the Hennessy and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You know what I'm saying? You need to make a living and you need to figure out how you're going to change your life and make better choices. So it's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. You'll enjoy it.
Well, I definitely ordered mine when you
You
sent me the
did?
link. I definitely did
Okay.
because I
There
gotta
we
get the
go.
book. I gotta
There we
read
go.
it. So when I
No,
go
you go.
outside promoting you and I'm talking my
Thank you.
shit, I could be talking it appropriately and
Thank
accurately
you.
according to the book. So
Thank you.
definitely I did because I know you didn't want me to purchase the original. You
No,
wanted me.
no. Don't even give those people money. You know what I mean? It's just actually I'm trying to get it off because this one I almost felt like at times that the old publisher just you know what turned me on to the new publisher was that when they spoke to me, they read the book. So they asked me questions about different parts in the book. And we went into discussion about what can be done and what can change and how potentially bringing the book back out can have a positive spin on society. So that's where I'm at.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
Moral trauma,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm still inside, I'm still working in the facility, right? I
Mm-hmm.
deal with moral trauma every single day, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you manage it? And how did you deal with your moral trauma from this situation?
Um, I mean, in a lot of ways, I believe that my upbringing, my mother, the way she raised my brother and I, it sunk in, being a father sunk in. And I realized that, you know, being a part of this toxic environment wasn't healthy for me. And it wasn't like I even described, I had people that I work with that would come in with Bibles. I had people that I work with. This environment was more structured in their own personal lives. They were just monsters, you know what I mean, on the street and in life, and I was just in the middle of all that. How do I figure that out? How do I find a way to fit in, without always being in a situation where I'm trying to make my day easier by making someone else's day harder, and because there's always going to be somebody that's going to try to make your day harder.
Right.
So how can I do that without hurting people, but at the same time, keep myself from being hurt? Because I mean, it got to a point where if I didn't like a kid, I would tell my kids to pack him up. I don't want to see him here tomorrow. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they would pack him up. And that would be it. Because it was just easier than me personally putting my hands on kids. Because these kids will probably get locked up for a day or something, or, lose a day of activities, and then they're back out. Me, I do something wrong. I bend up a kid the wrong way. I'm out suspended. There's an investigation. So
Right.
it just
Right.
became easier to give a kid an extra snap to get a kid off the hall. And then I just said, well, what am I doing? Say like these are children. It's someone's child. Like, why I wouldn't want anybody to do this to my children, And I just think that I was able to refocus my life. I did a lot of soul searching. I did a lot of writing, and that allowed me to balance my life and to get back to who I was morally as a person.
Mm.
You
Right.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to maintain who you are in a system like that.
Big time.
You know, when I started, it was mostly, you ran with that until maybe some senior officers will pull you back and say, hey, that's not the way to go.
Right.
But
Right.
in the era that I came up, the senior officers, the black ones, they came out of the civil rights movement, Black Power movement.
Mm-hmm.
The mindset was different.
Yes.
But they were on their way out.
Right.
Right. So the mindset was different. And as years go, I saw the mindset change in the department, to maybe that I was the oddball, right? Right.
Okay.
Because I was always vocal,
Mm-hmm.
even out in the community. So when I came to work, I would have a press conference about police brutality and then come to work.
Oh, wow. That's dope. Okay.
Come to work and look them in the face, and they say, "Oh man, this guy's racist." And then the black officers are scared to talk to me. They tell the new black officers, "Yo, don't talk to DK, man. He's a problem," and this and that. But when they got into trouble, guess who they called? Right?
Called you.
Right. They called me. Yo, DK, is the union doing the right thing? Is this that? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. But the craziness was to see even black officers, not support what I was doing unless they got into trouble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless they got into trouble. And I saw the youth program go from something positive, where it was boot camp structure, where the older black officers were involved, right? Till it became almost a business, because we had something they call post bid, right? So after 4 consecutive years on the job, you're able to pick a post, and you can have that post for the rest of your career.
Oh, wow.
Right? But of course, the senior officers get the better post, right? So our whole thing was there was a group of black male senior officers that could retire. And they were like, listen, we want to go down to the boot camp. Older black men, younger black men. We want, and the thing was like, well, you got to give your post bid up. Like, dude, I've been here 33 years. Why am I going to give my post bid up? Like, I felt that was a way to keep us out.
Yes.
Instead of saying, hey, man, we'll rotate a schedule, we'll work it in. Then they said, well, if you don't want to be part of the program, you go back to your post bid. I said, we're volunteering, right? You're not forcing us, and the program went downhill. The program went downhill to the new. They put the rookie officers in that really didn't know the job. They shouldn't have been in there. They put a big screen in there and a PlayStation, and the kids sat there all day playing PlayStation.
Wow.
Or have iPads. And I said, how are you going to change these kids? They're living better than they are doing in the project.
Exactly. It's almost like you're encouraging them to stay.
Exactly.
I talk about that too. It's like you. I mean, what are we doing? We got movie night. We got yoga. We got popcorn machines. What are we doing? We turn this into Disney World? Why would a kid want to leave? You know what I'm saying? How are we teaching them not to be here? You know what I'm saying? They go into the street. They got 3 meals in their own room. Why would they want to go and share a room with like 5 brothers?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it was just a moneymaker. A big moneymaker. That's all it is. It's a big moneymaker.
Wow.
And I definitely can appreciate a lot of those older dudes that were a part of the civil rights movement, because it was those dudes that really kept me together too. Those are the ones that told me to focus on my pension, to focus on my retirement, to focus on what health care to get. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was telling me that. But they were, and when those guys go, who's talking?
Exactly.
Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I tried to pass on the same, and they was too busy trying to look like drug dealers. And I was like, you know what? Y'all don't even get it. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Once I got 55, I'm like, yo, I put the paperwork in. I'm going because nobody, y'all don't want to listen. Now everybody complaining. And I said, well, I was trying to tell y'all for the last 10 years, man.
Well,
You know,
even getting so in my facility, right? Maybe the next 5 years, we gonna have people with at least 15 or less inside, right? All the people that got 30, 40 years, they're gonna be out in the next 5 years, right? Next 5 years. So I was having a conversation. The facility that these new people know ain't the same facility that we started in, right? So they don't know the changes. They don't know the trial and error that we dealt with these patients, right? Because when they come to us, they're no longer inmates, they're patients, right? And explaining that to them, they're like, no, if it's wrong, it's wrong. But I'm like, no, it's your lens. So what is occurring here happened in sections. Like this specific individual had a whole budget for his behavior, right? The person you seeing right now is we trained the person to control themselves through this equipment, redirection, being there, caring, washing them. Like so many things go into it. So now these new staff that are there, they're like, oh, we ain't supposed to
Froze.
be doing that. Nah, but we are, right? No, because we got to work with them every day. No, because at the end of the day, and I don't know if you had this mentality also, Damon, there's more of them than it is of us, right?
absolutely.
So I'm going to make sure that I care for the people that I'm engaging with on a daily basis. Because I know if I get into something, who gonna step up?
Right.
Because when you have a loud mouth, which I do, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. No, I'm not doing that. Like, no, hold on, you being too aggressive. You're doing this. They kind of isolate you and say, oh, she don't do nothing in front of her.
Right.
Don't do this. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do it. Don't get caught out there with this.
Right.
And they
you froze up.
definitely try to line you up. That's why one of the reasons I asked about, am I frozen again?
No, you're
I'm
here.
about to punch my computer.
Man, it's just New York State. They just so behind on everything.
Well, okay, let me wrap this up because look, we got about 10 minutes left. So I want to say, thank you for sharing your story because I know this is a testimony that many people carry and don't have the confidence, don't have the words, don't have the courage to stand 10 toes down and share this story and make this kind of impact. So first, I
froze up again.
want to say thank you. Right?
No,
Second,
thank you.
Can we only find this book on Amazon? You got to share that.
It's on barnesandnoble.com. I'm working on it, getting into the stores, especially the ones especially the Barnes and Noble up on Central Avenue, because I did a book signing there when I first released the book. So I'm gonna get it back out there. Then, I have connections all over the city, or all over the state, in Binghamton and Long Island, to get it in the stores there. But it's definitely available online, without a doubt. Amazon, barnesandnoble.com, Books A Million. It's available. Yes. Locked up and put away. Got to get it, bro.
Definitely.
You know
I'm getting it. I'm definitely gonna get it, brother. And we're gonna talk, man. We're gonna talk.
Absolutely. And you know what's crazy? I just want to share this because like technology has moved so far along now and everything. And I really encourage people to read. But I wanted to hear the book read back to me. So I got one of these programs where I actually had Snoop read the book to me. Yo, let me tell you something. It felt like I was listening to a movie. I was like, oh, like this is, I mean, my ideal person to probably read my book to me would probably be Rakim, because I just, that was my favorite artist. But listening to Snoop just put it like right there. Like it was being narrated while it was just like it was a movie that I had my eyes closed to. You know what I'm saying? So listen, you gotta get it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna enjoy it. I'm actually connecting with a lot of the artists in the book that I didn't do last time to like take a picture with the book and post it. So I got some cats lined up.
Good,
Unfortunately,
good.
Africa Bambaataa passed away,
Yeah,
but one of the
yeah.
guys in Soul Sonic Force, his name is Mr. Biggs. He got the book, so he's going to
Good,
post
good,
something right now. And then I got Mike G, the Jungle Brothers, going to do something.
good,
Someone from De
good,
La Soul. So I mean, I'm trying to
good. God bless.
bring it back out, and if you guys know of any community organizations that need me to speak to any of the kids, let
Yeah.
me know. That's what I'm down for.
All right. Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got you because I'm trying to do something in Mount Vernon for the kids, man. And
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Thank you. Thank you, man.
I thank both of you for having me. It was a pleasure being here.
Yes, it's a pleasure having you. Pleasure, brother. So have a great one, man. We're gonna end this out, man. And thank you for coming on again, man. We'll be in touch. We'll be in touch. Definitely.
All right. Thank you so much.
And when you popping out on Central Ave,
Yeah,
Barnes and Noble, you gotta let us know so
Absolutely.
we can come. We can report it. We can let our people know.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Have
All
a
right.
blessing.
Y'all take care. Thank you. Peace.
And that's it, y'all.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. I want to thank everybody for watching.
Okay.
I want to thank everybody for watching. Before Politics Sunday Rundown, and remember tomorrow at 11 o'clock, Meatless Mondays is back. Meatless Mondays is back. Check it out at 11 a.m. And then at 8 p.m., you got Why Homeownership Remains the Foundation of Economic Power and Generational Wealth with Erica King, president of the Westchester National Association of Realtors. And I think I said the name right. Erica King. And don't forget to check out the video that's up now. Roland Martin's anti-Black narrative is gatekeeping. Check that out. And there will be a video of the whole thing that happened at the National Action Network too. But we had a great discussion about that too. So we're out of here. Lanez, you got anything to say?
No. Great conversation. Great night. Great wrap up.
Exactly.
Definitely waiting for my book to come in the mail because when he sent me the link, I already ordered my book.
Yeah, I gotta order it.
We might have to have a book club
Exactly.
just to talk about the book because this book looks definitely interesting. And just with having discussions with Booker G's several weeks before this date, very eye-opening, very knowledgeable, and very resourceful with giving alternative skills, ways, resources to our youth. So I just want to say go get his book. And we'll see you next week.
All right, y'all. We are out of here.
Are you ready to put your brand in front of the people who matter? Black Westchester Magazine is your platform. With over 90,000 monthly website readers and more than 250,000 YouTube viewers every month, we give your business unmatched exposure. From email blasts straight to our subscribers, to video commercials, website promotions, and targeted campaigns, we've got the tools to help you connect, engage, and grow. Whether you're a local business, a national brand, a rising entrepreneur, or just promoting an upcoming event, Black Westchester is where culture, community, and commerce meet. Contact us today or scan the QR code and start building with us. Don't just advertise, be part of the movement, be part of Black Westchester, be Blacktastic. Got a sweet tooth? Come to Cupcake Cutie Boutique in Mount Vernon, where every day is a reason to celebrate. Fresh homemade cupcakes baked with love. Stop by 8 South 6th Avenue and taste the cuteness today. Gangbangers breaks down how the two-party system operates like a legalized street war for power. Emotional politics, logical failure exposes how emotion has replaced strategy in Black political engagement. Tolerance is for cowards lays out a blueprint for extended policing and community-led public safety rooted in outcomes rather than slogans. 3 signed books. One bundle, $60. That's a $75 value. And you're getting signed copies included. This isn't left versus right. It's results versus rhetoric. Go to twosteppublishing.com and secure your signed political thought bundle today. It's going to be blacktastic. Its own economy, under segregation, under discrimination, and under conditions most people today cannot imagine. We built businesses. We built banks. We bought land and property. In the Forgotten Blueprint, Damon K. Jones reveals how Black communities created thriving economic systems from 1800 to 1965, and why that blueprint still matters today. This book challenges the idea that our future depends on politics alone, and shows how ownership, family, and enterprise once powered Black prosperity. The blueprint is not lost. We just stopped using it. The Forgotten Blueprint, how Black America built its own economy from 1800 to 1965. On sale now at Two Step Publishing and Amazon. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and share it with others who need to hear the truth. And for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes access, join the Black Westchester Magazine YouTube membership club today. Your support helps us keep independent Black media strong. Support independent Black media with style. Rock Black Westchester merch and represent the news with the Black point of view. Every purchase helps us speak truth to power. Thank you to everyone who supported us through Super Chat. Your contributions keep independent media alive and thriving. We couldn't do it without you. For over a decade, Black Westchester Magazine has been giving our community a voice, reporting the stories others ignore, holding power accountable, and making sure the truth about our communities is told by us. But independent Black media only survives when the community supports it. If you believe in real journalism, community accountability, and keeping Black voices strong in local news, we need your help. Your donation helps us continue covering the stories that matter: politics, education, justice, and economic empowerment right here in Westchester. Support Black media, support Black truth, support Black Westchester Magazine. Donate today and help keep Black media alive. Thank you for watching another Blacktastic episode of the People Before Politics show. Sunday Rundown, powered by Black Westchester Magazine. We appreciate every single one of you who tuned in, commented, shared the stream, and joined the conversation. Your support is the reason independent Black media continues to thrive and speak truth without fear. Every week, we show up to bring clarity, accountability, and real community insight to the stories that matter. And you show up with us. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, or X, we want you to know that your voice, your engagement, and your presence make this platform stronger. Thank you for rocking with Damon K. Jones, AJ Woodson, and Larnez Kinsey as we break down the issues that many outlets ignore. And thank you for supporting a space where Black thought, Black leadership, and Black truth-telling still matter.